Happy Valentine's Day! I'm Kate Demzik and I'm doing my first cooking tutorial. Don't know why, because there's already a ton of them on the internet and you could probably more quickly Google how to do this than it would take you to watch this video. But I always make Richard bacon roses for Valentine's Day. He requests them at this point. I usually post pictures of them and people always ask me how to make them. So here I am today to show you how I do it. So you're going to need to heat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. You're going to need bacon. If you're a vegetarian, don't ruin this recipe with your weird veggie stuff. Just don't do it. If you need turkey bacon, that's slightly acceptable, but this is really meant for the real stuff. So you're going to need bacon. I got a maple flavor. I think it tastes better, but get whatever bacon you like, unless it's veggie. I usually get dates. I get pitted medjool dates. They're kind of soft, so they cook really well. It's completely optional. I just think they taste really good in the bacon. And for the first time, I'm also adding a little bit of brie in some of the dates. And I'm literally just wrapping the bacon around them. They tend to look a little bit nicer because it fills out the flowers a little bit more. They tend to look a little bit more realistic that way. But completely up to you. Of course, if you have dairy allergies, you don't want to do that. So to make a regular bacon rose, you're literally just going to take a piece of bacon. It's got a fatty white side and it's got a reddish side. Your red side goes on top and you're just going to roll it up. You're going to need toothpicks to secure the bottom. And then what I did this year is I got some throwaway muffin tins because I poked holes in the bottom with one of my knitting needles. And the reason is because these have to cook for about half an hour and a lot of grease builds up. And normally I have to drain that grease kind of halfway through and it's really difficult and I've burned myself before and it sucks. So I am trying this out for the first time. I also got this sort of grease catcher to go underneath the muffin tins. I'm thinking it's going to be a lot easier to clean up. I will let you guys know how that does. But you're going to secure it with your toothpicks at the base, and your little bacon rose is just going to sit in your muffin tin, kind of right above the hole that I punctured. These are the roses that have dates wrapped in them. They bake the same way. There's nothing different if you add stuff in the middle. I also have green skewers. You can get these at craft stores, like in the garden section, and that's what you're going to put your roses on. I think it's easier to do it that way. I've seen some people take plastic bouquets of roses and they pop the fake roses off and put the bacon roses on, but it's really hard to get them to stay on those things. So I suggest green skewers. Put it on. You can stick them into a real bouquet of roses. I think that looks pretty cool. Or you can just leave them on their own, but they're super tasty, really, really fun to make, and I think that they're really easy to make as well. So they're going to go in at 375 for about half an hour, maybe 40 degrees. You'll know when they're done because it will look like cooked bacon. It's pretty simple. And then you just wait for them to cool, and then you enjoy them.
Okay, so the grease pan hole in the muffin idea worked really well. My bacon roses came out pretty nice, I think. The pan that I stuck underneath the muffin tin caught all of the grease, which made things much, much easier for me. I didn't burn myself this year, thankfully. So now I just popped the bacon roses on top of those skewers I talked about, and then you can gather them up and make them into a nice bacon rose bouquet and give it to your loved one for your man or your lady because equality.
And that's about it. So hope you guys try it and like it and let me know if you do. Happy Valentine's Day.